Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Millennial Monday. These episodes coming out, they're supposed to be every Monday, but let's be honest, I'm just going to keep them going on various Mondays to see how we go. And it's basically me just chatting about stuff that millennials were facing, were going through, or just why people hate millennials, because we get a lot of hate. And honestly, some of it's valid, but like most of the time, we're just misunderstood. So I'm just continuing that series going now. We're up to episode 3 of Millennial Mondays, and today I'm talking about the evolution of selfies. Now, selfies. I've taken them, you've taken them, the Chainsmokers released a really annoying song about them, but who would have thought the way you take a photo of yourself has changed so much over time? Because it's something so simple. It's just taking a photo of yourself. But believe it or not, the way you take a photo of yourself, or how you take a photo, or what you're taking a photo of yourself on, really just determines how old you are and what generation you belong to. Now, before we had phones with cameras on them, we had to take selfies basically on, I don't even have one here, but it's like these really small like digital cameras. You kind of still see them at like JB Hi-Fi and tech stores, but like they're not as common anymore. But like, yeah, literally all we had to use was like these little digital cameras, or you wouldn't use film cameras, that's just really inefficient. But like these digital cameras to take photos of ourselves, and like weirdly enough, because they were professional cameras, our selfies from pre-phones are actually good quality. Great for y'all, really unfortunate for us, because the memories that I have back then, I don't want them to be good quality, but because of the cameras, I can see every single bad decision I made. So obviously back then we couldn't take photos like this where we just look directly at our camera screen, or our phone screen, sorry, and we just see our face and that's what we look like. We know what we look like. We had to take them pretty much like you're taking them with your back camera and hold it like this and then take a photo, and then we just had to keep checking every time. It was like, did that turn out good? Yeah, it's alright, take another one. Okay, and another one. And it was real time consuming because that's the only way we had to do it. And then we developed the mirror selfie, where we basically went and stood in front of a mirror with our camera like this and just took a photo looking directly at the mirror. I don't know, sometimes we were supposed to look at the camera so it looked like we were facing it, but like it was just, you couldn't really get over the fact that there was you're holding a camera in your hand. And there's so many photos of us like that. But hey, that's what we had to do. That's how we got photos of us on the internet. Wow, what a great time that was. Then, of course, our phones got cameras, but like in the early days, the cameras weren't good. They were pixelated, they were grainy. I remember having an iPhone, I think iPhone 3, when I went to go see Beyonce, and I took photos of Beyonce on my little iPhone. And like, if I look back in those photos now, Beyonce, she's just a speck of dust. Someone could look at that. It's honestly, the idea that I saw Beyonce is just as realistic as the idea of me seeing a UFO. That's how shitty the photos are. So like, they were there, but they weren't great. So that way, so we were able to have selfies a bit easier, but the quality decreased a lot from what we were already using. But it was the whole thing where it's like, we've now have this convenience where the camera's on our phone. How amazing that we don't need to carry both of these around. Because we were literally walking through town, hanging out with our friends, carrying a phone in one pocket and a camera in the other. Thankfully, nowadays, technology has developed so quick that we can take amazing selfies, and we don't even have to worry about carrying around a professional camera anymore. The cameras on our phones are just as good, if not better, than professional cameras, which is great for us because, you know, we're all about convenient. As soon as the iPhone came out and we could have music and use a phone at the same time, we were all about that. No more carrying an MP3 player around or a Walkman around. A Walkman, for you that don't know what it is, we had these things called CDs, and we had to literally, it was literally a portable CD player where we put the CD in, and then we had headphones sticking out of it, and we literally just had to walk around with, it's a CD, so it's like a circle machine that we just had to walk around with. It was a bitch. So, you know what, technology, thanks. Thanks for making my pockets a lot lighter. And as much as it's cool that we can take selfies, there's a lot about how you take a selfie that says basically speaks a lot about you. For example, if you're taking a selfie from a high angle like this, and you're looking up at your camera, real dramatic, you're probably a millennial, or you were an emo in your younger years, because we had the bangs, it made us look moody, it made us look cool, and we were like, rawr, and all that kind of shit, unfortunately. But yeah, so high angle, that's who you were. If you were taking a mirror selfie like this, you're probably someone who uses social media a lot, or you're a wannabe influencer, or you're an OnlyFans creator. Because let's face it, the best OnlyFans content usually comes from like mirror content. How would I know that? I'm on Twitter a lot. If you're taking selfies from a regular angle, you're pretending that your life's okay, and it's okay that it's not. Like, you'll get better. But like, I have trust issues with people who take selfies like this. It's like, it's unsettling. If you're taking selfies from a low angle like this, like, ugh, I can't even get myself in the frame, here we go, like this, you're probably fun, you're probably quirky, you're probably the funny one of your group, because, you know, you don't really care about the angle, you don't really care that all your chins are showing, like, you're just there to have a bit of fun and really just provide some comic relief to you and your friends. And if you're taking your selfies with a timer, you've set up your phone on a little ring light or a tripod or something, you've set it up on your desk, whatever, but you're using the timer, you're stepping back, you're taking time to assess what you're looking like, and glam, wow, you get that perfect photo. You're probably a Gen Z. You probably learned from our mistakes, and you know how to take a good photo of yourself. And that's why you can really tell who is who on social media. And if you're not taking selfies at all, then you're probably a real riot on LinkedIn. It definitely feels like selfies are not as common as they once were. Like, back in the day, we were taking selfies as often as we were eating meals. Like, it was like any chance we got to take a selfie, it was the same outfit, we were taking multiple selfies. It was just like, I don't know what it was, but having our gallery on our phones just being purely photos of us. But nowadays, we don't use selfies as often. We use them for maybe a couple of reasons. One, to prove this is what we look like on dating apps, and for real fun messages to your close friends, where you're just like sending a real dumb photo of yourself with like some text on it, being real stupid and quirky and possibly cancelled. But yeah, that's what selfies are used for now. But maybe now that we have threads, 2007, like Tumblr core selfies will come back, and we'll really get back into that. So maybe it's time to grow out our bangs and put on those gothy wristbands again. You know, the ones that were like for actually like sport, but we use them as fashion accessories because we thought it was cool. Keen to hear your thoughts on selfies. What's going to happen with them? Do you have any embarrassing selfies that you look back on and think, wow, why did I do this? Because I'm sure as hell know that I do. Because every time I go back through my my profile pictures on Facebook, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But weirdly enough, the quality gets better, which is not something I'm really about. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this Millennial Monday, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye!